Are you looking to start your beauty business and you need to know which products to sell? Well, in this video, I'm gonna help you find out what beauty products you need to be selling. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss La and welcome to Beautelpedia. And on this channel, I talk about things in regards to beauty, business, and motivation, and I help you to bring your ideas from your head out into the universe. So for this video, we're gonna be talking about which beauty products you should be selling. Now, I have been in the beauty space for a couple of years now. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, I'm a lash artist, and I also have my own beauty brand, which is called Crave Cosmetics. So under that beauty brand, that took a while for me, and I'm still, reinventing that brand, but it took a while for me to finally figure out what products I needed to be selling. I wanted to sell products through Crave Cosmetics that I like, products that other people would find easy to use, and things that were, how can I put this? A lot of things that you see on social media sometimes is filtered, so I didn't want a brand that was that way. I wanted it to be a reflection of me, and Crave Cosmetics so far has evolved into that. It still has a ways to go, but I'm super proud of what I've done so far. So in this video, I'm going to tell you my technique of how I decide what skincare, what color cosmetics I bring out for my brand. So hopefully it will be of some use for you. Now, my first tip for what products you should be selling for your brand is to identify what pain points you want to create a solution to. And saying that, I mean, like, let's take for instance, if you wanted to come out with a face product, a moisturizer. So you want to find out, and you can easily do that by a survey through your friends, family, or you can post it up on your brand page, which you should have in place as soon as you decide you're going to go into business. But you can do a quick survey to see what their pain points are. Like, some people might have dry skin. They may want to put more moisture into their skin. What pain points will your product solve? When you know that, then that will make it easier for you to target your market. It will make it easier for your research purposes when you're deciding what ingredients to put into the product. So you want to know what pain points your specific product is going to solve. Once you figure out your pain points and what you need or what your products would like to solve as much as possible, then you want to move on to the phase of, okay, which products am I going to bring out to market? Whether it be a moisturizer, a toner, an eye cream, or whatever it is, what products am I going to bring out to solve those pain points? When you do that, what I did was I had one main product. Like my face, I'm big now on, I want my face to have moisture in it. I want it to be extremely hydrated. So I knew the first thing I wanted to bring out for my upcoming skincare was I wanted to have a moisturizer that put a lot of hydration into the face. So that's my main product, and around that I have skincare that complements that. So when I say that, meaning along with your hero or your main product, what 2 to 3 other products can you bring out that revolve around that and can create a whole routine? So my tip is have your main product. From that main product, branch out. I would say to start, I would stay between the range of 3, no more than 4 products, because once you bring out more than that, it just becomes a lot. And I've done that with lip glosses, 6 glosses at a time. Although it was just a lip gloss, still it's just a lot of work. So I would say stay to no more than 4 products. Have your one main product and products that revolve around that to be your first products that you bring to market, or your first collection. Now, before we move on to talk about my other key tips, if you are getting value out of this video, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. I do post up often, and you don't want to miss any tips, tricks that I have for you to bring your vision out into the universe. I should thank your mama, yeah. Look at what she... So after you've figured out what your first collection is going to be of your 3 to no more than 4 products, then you want to move on to the research for your manufacturing. I know that most people will, or it may be more popular to do everything by hand, but trust me, I have done it with lip glosses and with eyeshadows. Saying that you're going to make something at home is a lot of work. Yes, you can do it. Yes, there are products, there are tools that are out in the world that you can use to purchase to do that, but that is a lot of work. Just know that it can be done, but you have to be totally committed to that. So just know that you have to be willing to test. You have to be willing to know your products when you're making everything by hand. So that's one way. The next way is to go straight to a manufacturer. One of the things that is good about a manufacturer, they will know if you take your ideas to them, they can bounce things off to you that will maybe you never even thought of, that will make the process a little bit easier. They also have the research and development lab down to a T, so you would not have to do that. They would help you to do that part of it. And then also, when you go through a manufacturer, there is something called private label. When you private label, you're picking from the stock items that they have, but you can always brand it to whatever your brand is, meaning different labels. Sometimes they allow different ingredients. You can't vary too much, but sometimes they allow that for a premium cost. So you do want to look at whether you want to have them manufacture a product from scratch, and just know that their minimum quantity may be something you're not ready to commit to, or you can look at their private label if they offer that. And when you're looking at companies, I would look at least 2 to 3 companies, get samples of their products so you are familiar with them, especially if you're going to do private label, and from those you can pick your collection from those samples. Now, after you get your samples, or if you're going to hand make your products, then you do want to try to do little samples to send out to your friends, your family, or if you are starting a brand, once again, I've stressed, you should be working on your social media, and from that social media, developing your email list. Because when you have an email list in place, then your samples you can send out to people who don't know you but would want to patronize your business, and they will give you amazing biased feedback on your product. So get your samples, set them up in little testers, and when you do testers, I would say maybe like 2 ounces or 3 ounces to keep your samples at, and send those out to people, your friends, your family, or people that are on your email list, so you can get feedback. This world accused me for my 1,000 crimes. Now that you're into the process and you've gotten your samples, you've decided what your products are going to consist of, what your collection will be consisting of, then you want to move on to the naming portion of it. And when I say naming, meaning naming your collection. If you want to put it around a theme, that's always a good idea, especially when you're creating content, then that is a good idea. And also when you're naming your collection, you want to name your products. So once again, I would look at doing a theme, whether it be, I don't know, maybe you're gonna center it around nature or the stars, the moon, whatever it is. Just give your collection a theme, because trust me, for your content that you make for your social media and pushing your brand, it will be easier if you have a theme to it. So think of a collection name, give it a theme, and you can always do a mood board, or you can take your cues from other beauty brands or skincare brands that you like. Take a look at those, because a lot of times it's just recycled. They just put their own twist on it. So take a look at that, and then also name your products. That way, when it's time for you to make your labels, everything will be cohesive, because you've already thought about what the name of the collection is going to be and what the name of the products are. To where my hope is. So the last thing I want to touch on for you creating your beauty brand and deciding what products to sell, this is just my own opinion. This is what I found. I want to caution you and just make you aware of it, that when you do business with US manufacturers, a lot of those minimum quantities will be like extremely large. So they may say you may have to do 5,000, you may have to do 1,000. So just know that your financial output for US manufacturers are a little bit higher, as opposed to, I do know, and I'm not gonna lie and say we all don't know this, that people do a lot of business with China. There is a reason why. China generally will give you product and things that will be price-wise a little bit more appealing to you. The minimum quantity will be low. Like if you use Alibaba, go on Alibaba, take a look. You'll see what I'm talking about. The minimum quantities are usually less than 500. In some cases, it's 50. Their customization, they can do a little bit more for a cheaper price. Their design fees are sometimes rolled into the price. Let's say, for instance, they told you 50 products, it will cost you $250. That design fee will be rolled into that. So just make sure that you're looking at the cost of, if I choose a US-based manufacturer as opposed to a manufacturer overseas. Also overseas, you're gonna run into shipping costs. Generally, they may cost you somewhere between $25 to the $50 point to ship, depending on how much you have coming over during the shipping process. So just know that as well. Also, when you're dealing with a manufacturer, you do have to allow times for their lead times. Sometimes it can be 3 months, sometimes it can be 2 months. So just be prepared for that. And also, if you're dealing with China manufacturers, they have holidays that you need to be aware of, because they have one specific during the January, February months where they literally shut down and you can't get product. So just make sure that you're being mindful of that when you're looking at manufacturers, whether it be in the US or you're going to private label or even deal with the manufacturer overseas. So those are all my tips for this video. Hopefully you got some value out of it. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. I do post up often. I post about things in regards to beauty, business, and motivation, and it will help you to bring your ideas out into the universe. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. Have a great day. Bye.